So guys, do you like this house, Nishane? They are from Istanbul, Turkey. They happen to be one of my favorite niche houses. Nishane. Anyway, normally I do top 20s on Saturdays, but today we're doing something a little different. I'm giving you guys my top 12 Nishane fragrances today on this Saturday, and you're going to have a chance at winning one of 5 bottles of your choice shipped worldwide, thanks to the wonderful folks at Nishane. 2 giveaways here, 2 full bottles worldwide, 3 on my Instagram page. So if you want to find out my top 12 Nishane fragrances with one honorable mention and have your chance at winning fragrances, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. That's right, today we're going to talk about Nishane, the house, a niche house from Istanbul, Turkey. And the very first time I sampled their fragrances was dating back to, was it 2015 or 2016? I did a first impressions video with my friend Kara, who I don't speak too much anymore. She's lives across the bay, but we sampled the fragrances and fell in love with a bunch of them. But today I'm telling you my 12th favorite with one honorable mention. But if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you still haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. Thanks again for tuning in today. I hope everyone's staying safe out there. Again, this normally is a day for top 20s, but I don't have 20 Nishane fragrances, and I decided to put this together with whatever fragrances I had, and these are fragrances that I love. And can you guess my number 1? You guys probably know if you've been watching this channel, but I am ranking them. So I'm putting them in my favorites order at the very top of the list. You'll see those at the end of the video, and my least favorites at the very beginning of the list, which is the back of the list. So also, as mentioned, we do have a giveaway. The wonderful folks at Nishane are doing 5 bottles giveaway, 2 here on YouTube, 3 on Instagram. So if you're following me there, you'll see the post, but if you're not, please go and follow. I have links in the info box. And again, here, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and please claim your prizes, because we have people not claiming prizes. You have 2 weeks to claim. Let's start right now. So we're going to start off with the honorable mention, and I'm going with a fragrance called Karagoz, this one right here. Now this is from that Shadow Play collection of fragrances, which also includes Hachivat. But Karagoz is a strange fragrance for me, but a strange fragrance that I love. It's like a love it or hate it kind of a fragrance, because something in here smells different than normal, and something in here smells very, very pleasant that I keep wanting to smell it. So it's kind of like a yin and yang toss up. It's like, do I like it? Do I not like it? But it's an interesting fragrance that I enjoy once in a while. What's the unique thing about this one, at the honorable mention, is the fact that it has grapes in the notes, pineapple. It's also in Hachivat, but this is not Aventus or anything to do with Aventus. This is nothing to do with Hachivat, nothing. They're completely different. So it's grapes, pineapple, vetiver, amber, oud, neroli. Very, very unique fragrance. And when I smell this fragrance, it smells very smoky to me, and it smells almost like a rubber. So it's like a fruity rubber. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but that's what I pick up from it. In fact, this color of the bottle, as you can see, is the kind of the smell I have, like black rubber. Anyway, it's a very, very unique fragrance. Check it out if you don't know it. It's, I guess, I wouldn't really call it a daring fragrance. I would just call it a different fragrance. But I think it's a polarizing fragrance. It's a love it or hate it. And for me, it's a toss-up. I'm like, sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. It's also very, very long-lasting. So if you like long-lasting, check it out. It's Karagoz. That's the honorable mention. And we're going to go with number 12. And this is Colognise, this one right here. And I recently spoke about this one as alternatives to fragrances like 4711, Neroli, Portofino. And this one here is a really, really beautiful bergamot dominant fragrance, but it also has neroli, it has tea, it has jasmine, so it has floral notes, grapefruit, musk, lemon, vetiver, lily of the valley. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And again, this is like that tradition I mentioned in the other video. It's like a traditional fragrance that you leave out for your guests that visit your house. I don't know the extent of this tradition, but that's what I had read and heard from the folks behind Nishane. But it's a very, very pleasant eau de cologne style fragrance, and it's really, really wonderful to wear in the heat. So this is Colognise at number 12. All right, so this next one is number 11, and this is the one that I didn't really like a lot at first, but later I started loving it because for some reason I had a really negative reaction to chocolate in fragrances. In fact, I think what happened was Montal's chocolate greedy, the fragrance, really turned me off with the smelling chocolate fragrances, and I love gourmands, but I just didn't like chocolate fragrances. Now I'm slowly warming up to chocolate greedy, but I've warmed up to this one a lot because this one is dark chocolate with passion fruit, and there's some notes of coffee, vanilla. There's apparently an orchid note, which some orchids do not have a fragrance, so it might be an accord they're creating here. Benzoin, musk, coriander, patchouli, grapefruit, lime, linden blossom. So this one's really, really yummy. It's a really, really yummy chocolatey gourmand, and it has boozy touches, it has coffee touches, and it has floral touches and spicy touches. But for me, it's mostly about the dark chocolate and the passion fruit with a little bit of the coffee and vanilla. It's really delicious. Check it out. That's Passion Choco, and that is my number 11. So we'll get to the top 10 now. All right, this next one is a fragrance that I had reviewed a few years ago. It was launched at Exxon's. I think it was the first time I went there or the second time I went there. And it's a fougere. It's B6112 or 12, and it was launched with another fragrance in the collection, and they're completely different fragrances. And I think it's inspired by the Le Petit Prince book. And this is a fougere, as I said, and it's a really classy masculine fougere. But when it comes to the rest of the collection in this house, this was pushed down because what I like about the house is for their other fragrances, and this one actually, it is actually a great classy masculine fougere, but I prefer the other ones a lot more, obviously. So what is going on with this one? It's, as I said, it's a fougere, it's a fern-like fragrance, it's a woody, it's got aromatic notes. It's cypress, cashmeran, patchouli, vetiver, sandalwood, musk, tonka beans, cedar, oakmoss, and geranium. You know what? It's just what you prefer and what you like. You might actually like this as your favorite compared to the others, but for me it's ended up at number 10. But you know, I had to rank it somehow, and this one is ended up here at number 10. So this is B612. So this next one is a fairly newish one, and I featured it with my friend Dahlia on a video recently, my 6 or 8 new vetiver fragrances video. This is Sultan vetiver. So this one has happened to be at number 9, and it is definitely a unique vetiver, but for me the vetiver seems a little very earthy and a little on the muddy side. So in fact I have a lot more favorites from this house, but this one couldn't compete with those, sadly. But if you like your fragrances to be very earthy, very rooty, this is the kind of vetiver you would like. Now, there is a note of anise in here, supposedly, but I don't get much of that, and I love this note, and anise. And so I feel like if the anise note was a little stronger, I think this would have moved up the list a little more. I'm not picking up a lot of the anise note, but there's neroli, there's vetiver, there's leather, bergamot, black pepper, tonka beans, amber. It's still a great release. It's just I like the other fragrances a little better. Anyway, Sultan vetiver is at number 9. Now this list has 2 patchoulis. This one is one of the patchoulis at number 8. It's Patchouli KOZA or KOZA, I think. So this one is the least of my favorite patchoulis, and this one actually is a leather patchouli. So if you like the idea of leather and patchouli together, this is probably the one for you, compared to the other, which is more of a spicy, more gourmand patchouli. So this is Patchouli KOZA. It has patchouli, incense, honey, leather, and the leather is very strong here. And I think the honey is actually neutralizing or balancing out the animalic touches of the leather. There's black pepper, chamomile, Artemisia, Hyacinth, ylang ylang. So this is actually, for me, it seems like it's more of a leather. I forgot to mention there's also incense. So I think that a combination of the leather and the incense makes it really potent, and the patchouli kind of like almost is not there. So that's why this one actually is a little lower than the other. It's still patchouli. It'll end up becoming more patchouli, but upon like your first sprays, it's more about the leather and the incense here with the spicy black pepper. Still a great release, but again, the other patchouli is a little better for me. It's in the top 5. This is Patchouli KOZA at number 8. So this next one is one of the fragrances that you would layer with Hachivat to create this very intoxicating concoction. This is 100 Silent Ways, and this is for the vanilla lover. If you like vanilla with floral notes, this one is absolutely delicious. So this is vanilla, gardenia, sandalwood, peach. It's a little fruity, but it's really potent. It's intense. All by itself, it's really delicious and floral and vanillic and gooey. but with Hachivat, it smells intoxicatingly, sexy, delicious. But it's wonderful. This one is so good. I love this one. But you know what? The other ones that are coming after this particular one are a little better for my taste, or what I prefer to wear. But this had to end up here. It's wonderful. Anyway, 100 Silent Ways. If you like vanilla, if you like white floral fragrances, this one's definitely one for you to try. And I feel like there is gardenia here, pretty potent, but the vanilla kind of like tones it down a little. So if you are a man and you don't like white flowers, but you like vanilla, you might check this one out, even though it has a pretty potent gardenia note in it. So that is 100 Silent Ways at number 7. So this next one is number 6. It's Fan Your Flames. So this one is a great fragrance, but I get some unique, interesting concoctions with this one. So with this one, it says it's coconut, tobacco, rum, cedar, tonka bean, oak moss. So it's in the end a boozy tobacco fragrance with coconut, and the coconut adds a kind of a creamy, milky, slight milkiness to the fragrance. And for me, I don't know where I'm getting it from, but I'm getting like a cardamom in here, and almost like a coffee, like a rooty coffee, dark coffee with cardamom, almost smelling like Turkish coffee, and that's what I had mentioned in my review. And there's also a little bit of a sandalwoody background down there too. So it's very interesting. I don't know, maybe it's my nose playing tricks on me, but that's what I get. I do get the coconut, I do get the booziness, and I also get the tobacco. But for me, as I said, it smells like a cardamom heavy, dark, like a muddy Turkish coffee. Anyway, it's wonderful still. That's why it's at number 6, Fan Your Flames. All right, so the next couple of bottles I'm going to talk to you about are a little I guess destroyed from the wear and tear of the fragrances. I've had them for a good 4 years plus. The first one is the other Patchouli at number 5. This is Munegu. Oh man, this is so good. This is a very, I shouldn't say the word clean. When I smell it, there's almost like a soapy quality, but it's patchouli. I don't know where that comes from, but there's patchouli, there's cardamom. I think it's the cardamom that gives it like a cleanish, herbal, aromatic soapiness to it. Cumin, nutmeg, orange, amber, labdanum, cedar, olibanum, geranium, tobacco, ylang ylang. It is so good, guys. This is a patchouli that's in the same ballpark as something like Psychedelic from Javoy, Reminiscence Patchouli, Horizon from Orza Elegant, and those kind of very dark, deep, rich, chocolatey patchoulis. In the end, this ended up at number 5 because, you know, I like the other ones a little more than this, but this is absolutely one of the best Nishane fragrances, and definitely at number 5. The other ones are definitely in the correct spot. So this is Munegu from the house of Nishane at number 5. This next one I'm obsessed with, as I've worn so much of it, and the label is completely destroyed because I've just been spraying a lot and wearing it. I've had it for about 5 years. This is Spice Bazaar, this one right here. So Spice Bazaar is one of the fragrances that kind of sort of kickstarted my obsession with cumin in fragrances. It's Spice Bazaar. You've got to have cumin because cumin is like the ultimate spice next to chili peppers, which really, it's considered spicy, but it's not really a spice. But cumin is definitely a spice, and here it's a star. It's the star of the show. It's the main player. Cedar, cumin, yuzu. It does have an orangey touch. Black pepper, rosemary, saffron, juniper, cinnamon, ginger, vanilla. It is a delicious, intoxicating fragrance. But just like Munegu is a intoxicating chocolate patchouli, like chocolate cakey patchouli, this one's an intoxicating Spice Bazaar, like just the aroma of a Spice Bazaar come alive. It's fantastic. This actually definitely deserves this spot. I mean, I've got 3 more that are coming after this that I prefer a little more than this, but phenomenal release. If you like spices, if you like cumin, if you like all other spices, really sexy. This one is one of a kind. Spice Bazaar at number 4. Okay, this next one is an obsession, really awesome obsession of a fragrance. It's a unique fragrance to me, but not a unique like Karagos, which is for me a love it or hate it. This is unique in a way that I love amber fragrances, but it's a fresh amber, a green amber. This is Ambra Calabria, this one right here. So Ambra Calabria It's so good, guys. It's so good. It's an amber you can wear in the summertime. It has a little depth to it. It's a little thicker. It's not like a freshie, but still acts fresh. Does that make sense? This one is all about bergamot, amber, green notes, galbanum, coriander, vanilla. It does have very green quality, a little bit bitter quality from the galbanum, spiciness, aromatic spiciness from coriander, but it's all about bergamot, amber, and green notes. So phenomenal. So good. I love wearing this in the summertime. When you want a little more depth, but you think, okay, I'm not going to wear amber because it's going to be heavy and cloying, then you go with a fresh amber like this one. So this is Ambra Calabria at number 3. Can you guess my number 2 and number 1? So number 2, it's Ani, this one right here that came out last year. Man, this is so good. This one's created by Cecile Zorokian. It's an amazing sandalwood and vanilla. This is a vanillic, but it's a spicy vanilla with ginger. Then you also have some resin in there, like benzoin, and there's a fruity touch of black currant. There's a little bit of cardamom, like an aromatic spice again. I love cardamom. And then there's some bergamot for some freshness. Wonderful fragrance. This one, really, really awesome. It was a tough choice, and it was competing with number 1. I love this kind of fragrance more than number 1, but in the end, I like the intensity of number 1 because it really is intense. But this one is, it's a phenomenal release. I think it's one of the best from Nishane, and I love the fact that it's spicy, it's vanilla, it's zingy, it's woody, it's wonderful. This is Ani from Nishane at number 2. Can you guess number 1? I think you already have. This is Hachivat at number 1. So why did I put this one at number 1? You know, I like the intensity of this one. I really do. I really, really, really love it. And there's a very, very deep, rich, woody, fruity smell to this one. And it's almost like a very crunchy cucumber with woods. But the fruits are back there. I mean, the fruits, I think, come out more on me than out of the bottle. So when I'm smelling it out of the bottle, it smells like a very crunchy cucumber. Very, very woody, dark, fresh, slightly aquatic, because this has a little bit of that kind of a fresh aquatic touch, not sea but like watery. So I kind of almost smell like you've cut into a crunchy cucumber and you're smelling the inside when you're smelling it like this, because it has a very green vibe. But when you wear it, oh man, it's so good. And this one, I think somebody was recently asking me, they were thinking that they might have nose fatigue or nose blindness because it is potent, and when you wear too much of it, your nose, your sense of smell is kind of going to be not as good. So go easy on the trigger. And what I love about this one also is the fact that you can wear it in the summertime. It's really potent, guys. Don't overspray. And you can also wear it in the wintertime, because freshies you don't typically wear in the wintertime, but this one acts more like a beastly winter fragrance. But then again, you're wearing this and it's actually cool and dark outside, but you know, it kind of brings a little bit of a happiness in your face. Either way, I know people compare this to Aventus, but you know, it's so different. It's in that same general neighborhood, but when you put them side by side, I don't get the cucumbery kind of green quality that I get with this one that I get with Aventus. Aventus is more mass. This is a little more edgier for me, at least for me. Anyway, Hachivat is my number 1 favorite fragrance from the house of Nishane. So a couple of more fragrances I want to talk to you about, and then we're going to get to the giveaway. Another one that I've enjoyed quite a bit is this one called Floraine. So this one is actually a very fresh, musky floral fragrance, and this is from a collection that they call the strength of the fragrances demi extrait, as you can see right there. And what I like about this one is a fresh floral fragrance that's very, very musky and deep, but it's also not very strong, but still has some potency to it. It's very, very unique that way. But everything smells very clean. It's like almost soapy, but very, very floral and very musky citrus combination. So it's got grapefruit, and I think the violet is giving me a very kind of a clean quality to it. Violet, vanilla, cassis, lily of the valley, hinoki, jasmine, amber, and musk. Very wonderful fragrance. That's another one for you to try. And last but not least, I'm just giving you a few more suggestions so we can have 15 fragrances here. It's Vain and Naive. So this one is another one of those unique fragrances. It's got a fruity undertone. It's got lots of raspberry. It's got plum. And there's also rose in here. it's a fresh floral that's also kind of on the unique side. It's not your typical, fragrances that you would wear that you're generally used to. So it's a little bit odd to me, just like Caragos is. So another one for you to try. So as I said, it has raspberry, plum, rose, tonka bean, sandalwood, cedar, jasmine, orange, amber, and benzoin. It's a very unique concoction to me. And again, it's not one that I pull for, but it's unique that way. So that is Vain and Naive. Anyway, are you ready for the giveaway? All right, to participate in the giveaway, remember, as I said, there's total 5 to give away. 2 here, 3 on Instagram. You have to be subscribed here and you have to be a follower on Instagram. So here, I'll give you the rules here, and then you go to the Instagram to participate with the rules there. So here, what I need you to do is let me know which of these fragrances that I mentioned, including the honorable mention and the 2 additional ones, sounds the best to you. You have to tell me which one sounds the best to you. What did you like about this particular video? And also, please, please, please let me know what you guys are doing for shelter in place during the quarantine. And last but not least, please, please put your country down. So you have to do those 4 things to qualify for the giveaway. Other than that, thanks so much for watching today. Again, I'm sorry I didn't do a top 20, but this video I wanted to do during the week. Then I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it on a weekend, on a Saturday when I do top 20s. That way there's going to be a lot of you guys that are probably not going to have, things that's going on, and you're going to watch it and participate in the giveaway. So thanks so much for watching today. Good luck with the giveaway. I will announce this one within the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned and please, please turn on your notifications to find out. You have 2 weeks to claim your prize. If you don't, then I'm sorry. But also, as I said, 3 more giveaways, 3 more full bottles. Remember, this is a full bottle giveaway worldwide. We'll do them on Instagram, so head over there to participate as well. Other than that, guys, please, if you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video, please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.